Most people quit at the moment they're closest to success. This is the story of a man who refused to quit, even when the whole world told him he should. A story that proves one thing: the last mile is always the hardest, but it's also the mile that changes your life. In the mountains of Colorado lived a 29-year-old delivery driver named Daniel Brooks. Every day he drove the same route, same roads, same houses. But Daniel had a dream bigger than the mountains around him. He wanted to become a marathon runner, not for fame, not for money, but to prove to himself that he could finish something he started. He had failed many things in his life. He dropped out of college, lost 2 jobs, went through a painful breakup, and battled depression silently. Everyone thought Daniel was just average. Everyone except Daniel. Deep down, he believed he could be more if he could just find the strength to try again. One snowy morning, Daniel delivered a package to an older man named Mr. Cartwright, a former firefighter. Cartwright looked at Daniel and said, "Son, you look like you're running from something." Daniel paused and answered softly, "I guess I'm running from myself." The old man smiled and replied, "Then start running toward something. Finish a mile, then another, then another." Those words lit a fire inside Daniel. That night, he put on an old pair of shoes and went for a run. He lasted 6 minutes, then collapsed on the sidewalk. But he didn't stop. He ran again the next day, and the next, and the next. Training was brutal. His legs hurt, his lungs burned. Some neighbors laughed at him. Coworkers joked, "Bro, you running a marathon? You can't even run a meeting." But Daniel remembered the old man's words. Finish a mile, so he did. Then 2 miles, then 5. Rain, he ran snow. He ran. Bad days, he ran harder. Because every step was 1 step away from the old Daniel and 1 step closer to the man he wanted to become. Finally, the big day arrived, the Denver City Marathon. Thousands of runners gathered. Daniel felt small, nervous, and alone. But he told himself, "You've already won. You showed up." The marathon began. The first 10 miles felt easy. Miles 11 through 18 were tough. Then mile 22 hit him like a wall. His legs began shaking. His vision blurred. His mind screamed, "Quit. You're done. No one cares." He slowed down, almost stopped, until he heard a familiar voice from the crowd. "Finish the mile, son." It was Mr. Cartwright, standing with a cane, cheering with everything he had. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. He took a deep breath, clenched his fists, and started running again. At mile 25, Daniel's body wanted to give up. Every muscle screamed. His heart pounded. His feet felt like fire. But he whispered to himself, "The last mile is mine." He pushed forward. 1 step, another, another. People in the crowd saw his struggle and began cheering. "Go, Daniel. You can do it. Don't stop." For the first time in his life, Daniel felt something powerful. He wasn't running away anymore. He was running toward the man he was meant to be. Finally, he crossed the finish line. He didn't win the race, but he won his life back. After the race, reporters asked, "What kept you going when your body wanted to quit?" Daniel smiled and said, "Everyone has a last mile, and most people give up right before it ends. But if you just hold on a little longer, your whole life can change." He wasn't just talking about running. He was talking about the last mile of a failing relationship. The last mile when you're broke. The last mile when you're feeling down and can't see the light. The last mile when no one believes in you and you feel invisible. Your breakthrough, your opportunity, your new life is always waiting on the other side of your last mile. Don't quit now. You're closer than you think. Thanks for watching.